at 7 o'clock, cold weather coming our way, and now is the time to get those trees trimmed before we get that heavy wet snow and they just fall all over your yard.
What I like most about Dan DeRue, he's willing to travel any length, as far and wide as he can. You've traveled hundreds of miles from your home this morning, Dan, in order to bring us this update. I appreciate your commitment, buddy.
I have traveled, good morning, Ashley. I have traveled hundreds of inches from my home this morning just to make sure things get done. You know, it's over time of year. Boy, it's really cold. And it's like the last thing you're thinking about is trimming your trees. Why am I talking like Tom Brokaw for no reason? But it is, in fact, the time to trim your trees. And if you don't want to do it, then maybe Davey Tree can do it, or Jay Judd. Hey, Jay, what are you doing?
Good morning.
Are you the guy that never gets cold? I'm freezing, Cody's freezing. We're like layered up like a layer cake, and look at you. You're just ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, so, you know, you and I are talking on the phone as opposed to talking with a tin can with a piece of string, because that doesn't work. Right. And I'm saying, Jay, you're saying, Dan, now's the time to turn trees. I said, Jay, that's just a marketing ploy. And you go, Dan, yes, it is. No, you didn't say that. You said, no, it's really true. And, okay, now, why is it true? Because
you have to worry about disease from crab apples, pears. If you're cutting in, making fresh cuts in the growing season, you could be opening it up to getting bacterial disease that'll damage the tree. This is a good example of a tree that you want to be pruning in the dormant season only. Crab apples.
What kind of tree is that?
Crab apple.
It is?
So, yeah.
All right. And then, so what do you want? I think I should know that.
Yeah.
So why trim it now and like versus the spring? Why not just do it? Why don't do the spring when it's warmer?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you have that open wound, a squirrel, a bird could be in one tree that's infected, work their way over to this tree and infect this tree, and you're in trouble then.
All right, now this tree here, what kind of tree is this? I'm testing it. This is a what?
Maple.
Oh, this is maple. Now, I know for a fact that several branches halfway up, you can see right there, they're kind of dead.
Yeah.
And that happened not this year, but last year. But the owner can't get high enough in this tree. So we say we. We're gonna trim some of these branches.
Yeah, we'll climb up there and trim some limbs out of it.
You use the term loosely when you say we, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then, of course, the rule of thumb for anybody is like, you know, now's the time to get rid of those dead branches.
Yeah, absolutely. You can really see, a trimmer can see the structure of the tree a lot better when there's no leaves on it. So they really have an idea of what they're looking at. They can identify, if it's a professional tree company, what limbs are dead, what limbs are alive.
And JJ, as I toss it back, last question for you. A lot of people don't ever trim the trees.
Yeah.
So why should you even trim a tree at all?
Number one, if you don't want it to break apart in the snowstorms in the spring,
see, Ashley,
thin it out.
Yeah, that's Ashley's. Chris wouldn't say that. He was cracking wise. Ashley was saying that because she was making sense. All right, guys, we're going to toss back to you when it gets a little warmer, probably in about 3 or 4 months.
On a serious note, this is good advice, though, because this happened to me in the spring. I had never, I bought an older home here in the metro area. I don't think those trees had ever been trimmed.
And you got in trouble.
And this spring, our trees really, really came down. It was a lot of damage.
I'm just surprised that the neighborhood where Dan is, they allowed him in. Because I know that's a pretty exclusive neighborhood. Why they would let you in, Dan, I don't know. I don't know.
Look at that guard dog.
Watch out for the HOA.
Look at that guard dog. That dog is dying.
That dog's a killer.
Get at me. That is a killer dog.
Gonna chase you right away.
Do not make any sudden moves.
Is that dog okay? He's not moving. All right. Love you, Danny. Good.